everybody, and welcome back to Donna's Book Addiction. And I confess I do have an addiction. And if you've been following me, I have close to 3,000 books in my collection, my personal collection. Plus, I have a bookstore. I'm relocating it, and I got books there too. So I buy for me personally, and then I buy for my bookstore. But if you watch my last video, I was telling you about my husband who had a CAR T-cell transplant, and it went very well. He's doing very good. We've got Birmingham in our rearview mirror now. We don't have to go back up there for a while, maybe for a doctor's checkup in a couple months. But I thank you all for your prayers, your thoughts, your comments, and even just thinking about us. I think God knows, and He has blessed us. I thank all my new subscribers. I have picked up quite a few new subscribers, and you all know who you are. And thank you so very much. It's much appreciated. I just get on here and talk about books because I love books. So please keep watching, subscribe, share, tell your friends. So I'm going to make a quick video here. I hope it's quick. Let's see how I do. Okay, now, I wanted to give you an update on my husband. And also, while I was away with him at the hospital, and then we also had to stay at a local hotel because he had to stay in the area for 6 weeks so they could monitor him. But he did very well. I was able to do things like update my book journal. So there was a lot of book reviews I hadn't wrote in here, so I got to concentrate and focus and update my book journal. Then, while I was there, I got to show you. While I was there, I also worked on some craft projects. As you know, you may have seen in my older videos, I do book journals. I make them myself, and I made a couple while I had the time, and I was up there caring for my husband. And one thing, I go to the Dollar Tree or a dollar store, Dollar General, wherever, and I get gift bags. And if it looks very decorative to me, that's what I use to create my book journals. So I had this book bag, and I converted it into this book journal, and I used the pretty ribbon handles and kept it on there. And so you could either carry it by the handles, or you could just hold it by the book. So anyway, that's what I enjoy doing. And it's real simple. And I really enjoy it. And this one is just material. It was a curtain, I think, that my mother had gifted to me. And I really couldn't find any other use for it. It didn't really match my decor. So I I cut up the curtain, and I used it for the book journal. Yep. And I made a pocket inside. This is a pocket. And I found this at the Dollar Tree. And I thought it was so cute. So, yeah, that's what I did. All right. I also at the Dollar Tree, found some pretty wallpaper. Did you know they sell wallpaper? Isn't this gorgeous? So I'm gonna take this and I'm going to use it for a book journal. So I got 4 pieces. See, it says peel and stick wallpaper. I'm not kidding you, I'm not telling you a lie. And they had different designs, but this one caught my eye, and so I will definitely make a book journal with it. Also, while I was away and my husband got a little stir crazy and we snuck away from the hotel just a time or two, and he let me go shop at a Dollar Tree because he knows that's where I like to go. I found a couple of books at the Dollar Tree, and this is one, Feeding the Soul, and it's by Tabitha Brown. I really have not heard of her. However, I have seen this book cover on several sites, and I said, why not? I'll get it. Maybe one day I will pick it up and read it. If not, I'll sell it in my bookstore. And then I found this. This is perfect. It's boring. Tyra and Her Mama. So this is by Tyra Banks. $1.25. So I said, why not? Here's her mama. So this should be interesting. I used to love watching, oh geez, what was the name of that show? The model show. You all know. No, not Project Remy. Anyway, I used to watch that and enjoyed it. So those were my buys. And then when I came back, I had some packages delivered with some books to fulfill my book fix. And I'm going to show you briefly. I'm not even going to tell you what they're about. I'll just show you quickly what books I bought in the last month. So I got this, The Mayor of Maxwell Street by Avery Cunningham. And this book I saw on another YouTube channel. I think it was Bandy's Books, and it sounded so engrossing that I said, yes, I'm gonna get that book. And I also got No Better Time, a novel of the spirited women of the 6888 Central Postal Directory Battalion, and this is by Sheila Williams. And I also have another one of her books, and it's called Things Past Telling. So No Better Time, Sheila Williams. And of course, historical fiction. I think both of them are. I think the first one I showed you was more of a Renaissance, Harlem Renaissance type era. And I also got Nightbloom by Peace Adzo Medie. And this has been circulating on almost everybody's BookTube channel. So I'm not going to give an explanation what it's about, but it's something that I said, yes, I had this on my wish list, and I went ahead and bought it. And then, of course, you all have heard this was an Oprah's book club pick, and it's called Night Crawling by Leila Mottley. That's my sister's name, but she pronounces it Leila. I'm not sure if this author says Leila Mottley or Leila Mottley, but I think this is worthy of a read and a future date. So, yes, I got that. And I found this very interesting. It's called Reading Black Books by Claude Atcho. How African American literature can make our faith more whole and just. And I said, should be an interesting read because, you know, I love Black authors. That's predominantly what's in my book collection. I know I need to broaden my horizons. However, I used to read books of all genres. Stephen King was a big read for me when I was younger. But when I found out that there are so many books out there written by my people that I can relate to and understand, I have kind of gone in that direction. So yes, this is something that I'm definitely going to be reading in the near future. And I found this intriguing. It says Trauma, Tresses, and Truth, Untangling Our Hair Through Personal Narratives. And this is by Lizette Wanzer. Look at that. Now study this cover real closely. Half her hair is cornrowed, half is loose. Her head is on a Afro pick. You know, we grew up with Afro picks. You're talking about the 70s. And a tuft of an afro here. So look at that. Isn't that interesting? And anything to me that identifies our culture, where we came from, and so forth, this is definitely going to be a good read for me. I wish I had a picture of the author. I don't think there's one in here. No. But there are a lot of contributors in this book, and it gives a little bio and background about them. So I am really looking forward to that. So now I'm going to tell you about what I'm reading, what I have read. And it is hot here. It's in the 90s. We're supposed to get some cool down weather. Excuse me. My throat was getting dry. But anyway, I'm starting to think already for fall reading, you know, some cozy mysteries, maybe some, you know, I already got a few of my books lined up for the Christmas holiday and things like that. So we'll talk about that in another video. But for now, I just finished Lazaretto, and this is by Diane McKinney-Whetstone. And she is one of my go-to authors. I do love her books. But this was my first read of this book. I read it for my book club. We will have a discussion coming up. I think it's this Tuesday coming up. And I will give a more detailed review of it after I've had my book discussion, because I don't want to have that discussion without my book group discussion that I review with. So anyway, I right now feel this is a 4-star read. Very interesting. And funny thing, I kind of paralleled it to The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride because of the characters. It had a little of everything that's in The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store, where there's a little mystery, family, racism. Is set back in the 1800s in Philadelphia, which on Chicken Hill in James McBride's book, it took place in Philadelphia. So anyway, this was a interesting read. But for the month of September, that was an August read, Lazaretto. For September, we are reading James. So starting probably tomorrow, I will be cracking this open to read it with my book group. And I'm so looking forward to it. I have not read The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, which they said ties into this. I don't recall ever reading this. Was it a requirement in high school? I don't think so. But if so, I do not remember reading it. However, I don't think I'll get to this before I read this. Maybe after. I don't know. But if I don't, I could always sell this in my bookstore. And but I am so looking forward to James by Percival Everett. It is just going all over BookTube. It's nothing but rave reviews. So yeah, I can't wait. And also, let's see, I finished A Good Woman, and that was by Jalana, Remy, and it was pretty good. I wish that in that book she could have pinpointed more on the culture. I didn't realize until the middle of the book that this all was taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm like, she had a beautiful description of the place, the area, but I didn't make that connection until it came later when she mentioned the city, and I looked it up, and then it was, okay, oh, wow. So I did kind of, in my review, tell the author that I wish she had capitalized more on the culture, maybe the food, the area. It just all focused on the characters, you see. And I would have loved a little history in there, maybe a little more about the place. And she appreciated my review. And she says one of the characters in the book, that I told her I really like one character, she said that her next book is going to focus on him. So let's see. I'll see if maybe she focuses more on the culture and the history of Trinidad, and maybe that'll be in her next one with that character that I like. Okay? Also, I'm reading currently that I received for review, and that's My Sugar in Sugarland. And I'll have the name of the author of it. D. Osah, I believe is the name. And her husband are writers. I if I'm correct, reading a little history about it, but I'll have more details on that when I get into the book. So I just started that one. That's on my Kindle. So therefore, when I'm in a doctor's office or I go someplace or whatever it is I do, I can always have that on my phone or my Kindle to read. Excuse me. So that is what's going on. And I think I've rambled on enough. I'm just happy to be back. Thank you all for checking in on me, praying. I got letters. I got cards. All the well wishes on YouTube. You all have been so wonderful. Now I'm back. I need my hair done. I need my nails and I need a manicure and a pedicure. So I'm going to be back in the saddle again real soon. And I'll see you all then. All right. Have a wonderful, this is a holiday weekend. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.